Okay, I unmuted myself. I'm gonna put the apply link here quickly. So here next to me, I have the guy that came over from Switzerland. Yo, man.
Hello.
Hello. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions. So how old are you and where are you from?
I'm 32 and I'm from Switzerland.
So I've talked already quite a bit about you. A lot of people are quite, excited about this interview because they go like, man, you've given up so much to come over. Can you give a little bit of a background, where you come from and what you were doing?
Well, I grew up in Switzerland, pretty safe place, and I studied architecture for like 7 years. And after that, I created my own office with a friend. Worked for 2 years, about 2 years, and then decided to apply here, and finally coming over.
So, like I talked about them that you had, your own job and everything. You also had a relationship and such.
Yeah.
Like, what did you sacrifice to come over here, and why did you do it?
Well, for me, it didn't really feel like I sacrificed a lot. It was probably just a lot of struggle I had to go through, because people around me had different views of how things work and stuff. And for me, it was just like a way I had to make, like the first step to go, to go forward.
So, do you regret your decision of coming over?
No. I mean, I get to know all the stuff here, so everything is quite new for me. I have still, I mean, the reason why we do this on Discord is because I'm still in contact with my girlfriend. She's still living in Switzerland, and she finished study and is finished in 3 weeks. And I don't want her to be like emotionally even more unstable when she maybe sees the interview on Twitch.
So maybe in a month or so we can have a stream interview.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, there you go for the people wondering why we're doing it on Discord. Why is your girlfriend not coming over?
She has a pretty different idea of life than me. She wants kids and have a happy life.
So why don't you want to have kids and a happy life?
Well, it comes through a lot of thinking. I thought a lot when I was in Switzerland, and when you think about what you are and what your place is in the universe, you come to a conclusion that you want to contribute. Well, and so this is not like the picture I see myself in, like with the family and hanging in front of the TV and like enjoying life. I think we can do much more than this.
So if it is so, like if it is so clear cut, right? Why didn't you come over earlier? Why now? And why are not more people coming over?
Yeah, I thought about this as well. I mean, when I was in study, when I was studying, then I was completely like tunnel visioning everything, like not thinking straight, if you can say so. I drank a lot of alcohol and went out with the friends and It's just like you are in a setting where you're not able to really think for yourself. That's how I experienced it. So I mean, I knew about the real talks and stuff, everything, but I wasn't really thinking about it. I just knew what you guys are up to. And I mean, I had always like the feeling of I should change something, or we should change something. Also, I talk to my friends and stuff. But I think going out of university and being able to think for myself made like a huge difference for me to being able to really think about what I want to do.
So do you reckon that a lot of people that are watching the stream just need more time and go through life? So if you're watching, let's say your older version that is still to university is watching this or listening to this Discord, is it just time and they just have to grow up, or is there a shortcut?
That's a pretty tough question. I mean, even at the end of my study, I thought about all this stuff, about like your consciousness evolves through the, like your body is like part of, or your consciousness evolves, or how do you say, emerges through the brain, right? And what do I want to say? Well, I was thinking about a lot of stuff that should have changed me, right? But I was just not able to finish study and or break, like get out of study without finishing it. So I mean,
so let's say you could go back in time, right?
Yeah.
Would you decide to come earlier, or would you tell your old version to keep studying?
I would definitely tell him to come earlier.
And like now that you've been here, right? Like when it comes down to your expectations of the place and the people here, how has this been met? Your experience about, you know, the practical part in this place and the social part, like your expectations. What do you think?
I mean, when I came over, I really didn't have any expectations. I just knew it was the right decision to do, and I was quite surprised that everything is working pretty well. All the people are pretty nice and chill. Everybody wants to help if you have a problem or something. And yeah, we have like you can do practical stuff in the beginning, and it's up to you what you want to do in the rest of your time. Right now, I just learned some JavaScript and HTML and CSS to get involved into some projects.
Yeah, you're a web dev basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a look if people have some questions here. How was your relationship? Leaving a relationship mustn't be easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think my relationship was quite normal. You have also problems, but there is for sure a lot of nice times. Leaving a relationship mustn't be easy. Yeah. I mean, I tried to talk to her and explain everything about how I think and I want to go about stuff. And Yeah, I mean, she's still pretty much into wanting to have a family, and she pretty much values her family and parents very much, and also her environment. And for her, it's would be pretty tough to change like friends and the environment. And for me, well, it's tough, yeah, maybe. I mean, I have lots of emotions that come up sometimes. I still talk to her, but I mean, still, I think you got to act.
So yeah, like he is here next to me, IRL. Wasn't it more plus CV to keep your business and work as an outside associate to the group? You could, for instance, take payments in purpose duty, which would increase the value if more businesses were doing that.
Take payments.
So basically, wouldn't it be more plus CV to keep your business and work and just put the money and resources into purpose?
We didn't make a lot of money with the business anyway. It was more. Sometimes it was pretty much a struggle because we built it on our own. I built it with a friend, and yeah, it's not easy to be an architect when you start freshly.
So what was your yearly revenue?
Like 100,000.
How much employees did you have?
About 3 to 4 employees in the end.
If you don't use your degree, you're wasting all the time and money you put into it. You won't have the experience in the field to be taken seriously.
Yeah, that was something most of my friends told me. I think if I don't do the job there as an architect, someone else will probably do it. And that was something I was really thinking about a lot, because we had like 2 families who wanted their house built, and I thought about all the time that went into those houses for those 2 families who just wanted like a little project for themselves. And I thought about all the energy that went into it. And when I thought about putting the time into explaining those people like that your pleasures and your like trying to get them more aware about what's going on the world, I could probably change them to not wanting to build the building in the first place. So yeah.
So basically, you were working and providing something that they didn't even need from a bigger perspective to begin with.
For sure.
But yeah, you could still use the money for good, like the game. Nobody needs the game either. Maybe you can then use a lot of cash and then do some good projects with that.
Well, I mean, in the end, I think it's also that people could maybe change their view on stuff. So it's not only about the money. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really saw myself as like an architect. I saw myself as more like just a human being that wants to like contribute somewhere. So I think the stuff Athene and the crew is doing here is quite more meaningful.
Being here, by the way, do you think you will have a bigger impact here?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I mean, even if I would work like only in the kitchen, I would have more impact than working as an architect.
You guys have any questions for Florian? Florian is your name, right?
Yeah.
How long has he been there?
For 1 week. Am I depressed? No.
Were you depressed in the past?
Yeah, sometimes when I was like maybe 18 or something, I felt sometimes quite depressed.
Do you want to have wife and kids someday?
No.
So you're gonna stay single?
For now, I don't really care.
How long have you been following Athene?
I watched also his like early WoW videos. So from there on.
Did you buy any purpose in stage 1 or 2?
Yeah, I bought some.
He is one of the top purpose holders too.
How did you manage to get the work ethic to keep pushing yourself like studying for 7 years? I mean, partly or mainly you go to study to see your friends and have fun.
If you could ask Athene anything, what would you ask him?
I need to think about that for longer.
He can already ask me anything, you know. Do you feel like there's a hierarchy in this place?
Well, there are people who have more responsibilities, but beside that, there's no really a hierarchy.
Are you getting bossed around?
No.
What's your Twitch username?
HHA.
Do you feel tired from working there?
No, not really.
Do you feel you have already gotten used to the routine of the place, or do you think it will still take some time?
I think it will still take some time. I mean, there's lots to get to know. I mean, just here for 1 week and try to get to know all the people and where they're working on. And yeah, I mean, right now I'm just coding and learning coding.
Is your diet better here than at home, or the same?
Well, I eat way more, I guess, here.
Were you a meat eater?
I was eating meat till end of 2016, and then I stopped.
Why did you stop?
Because I thought about reality.
What do your parents think about your actions? And how did you convince them?
Well, I never had to convince them. I mean, they never thought it was a good idea. I tried to talk to them about everything and try to explain. But when you're like 65 years old or 70 years old and you just lived this way, then it's pretty hard to imagine a different way.
Does most of the people in the compound have a history of depression? It can seem like only people who are easily preyed on are coming over, referring to the cult and brainwashing argument.
Well, I don't think so, but I mean, I can say something about depression, why I was depressed. I think it was like the pressure to be happy all the time. And you know, in Switzerland, you have like a really safe place, and you have everything, and yeah, you can buy just what you want, and then in the end, you think, oh, something is wrong. I don't know. I'm not that happy, and that made like a bad loop where I tried to constantly be happy and didn't manage to achieve it. And I think most of my friends, or some friends, are really depressed as well right now, because they always like hunt this happiness.
Do you think you will be more fulfilled here?
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you feel like there's a lot behind the scenes happening here, secretive?
No.
What gave you the final push to apply?
Well, there was a lot I had to do to be able to apply. I had to give away the half of my office. So I had to like bring somebody in to work at my place, and I did that for like 7 months or 8 months to.
But you applied after you did everything.
Yeah.
So you knew you were gonna get accepted.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. You actually did everything already prepared, and then you applied to come over. That's just quite mental. But yeah, it does make sense though. I mean, like, if you really know if you really know what you want and you're determined, then obviously you're gonna get accepted. I mean, I think that's really mental though. But yeah. He's not 100% honest. Dagsler.
Well, I'm pretty nervous, so that's probably why it sounds like that.
How come you're nervous?
It's
your first interview ever, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
What if you weren't accepted? Could you go back?
Go back to Switzerland?
No, go back to your previous life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I could, yeah.
Did you talk to your student friends about Athena, and what did they say?
Yeah, they said Athene was a cult leader, and this was a cult.
So how does it feel to be surrounded by the cult leader in your presence?
That's why I'm so nervous.
You know, like, you guys see it, you know, like it's all coming down, man. Record, proof. What's your biggest dream, goal, wish? Like, what would you ask a genie?
What? That more people would base their beliefs on reality.
Did they explain why they're doing this on Discord instead of Twitch? Yes. You can, well, maybe someone will have, yeah. You can check, some people will probably have the recording anyway. By the way, just to ask you a few questions about, because these guys, they follow me for a long time and stuff. I talk to a lot of people, interviews and stuff. How am I in this place as a person compared to the stream?
Well, way more chill, and I don't know, pretty normal guy.
Am I like aggressive and bullying people around in here?
Yeah, really. No. No.
But people really think I am the way I am on the stream, they really think I'm best paladin in the world in this building.
Yeah.
Going around the corner all day long.
No, it's different. What's your price?
To join La Resistance. He probably doesn't even know what La Resistance is. You know La Resistance? No. Atin said you were successful. How successful are you?
Yeah, well, I ran an office and we had projects for buildings. Yeah, so one building is actually quite finished. How successful? Well, maybe.
How much cash did you make?
Not so much cash.
But if you say not so much cash, these guys, they think, oh, so you make $5 a day or what? They don't.
No. Well, it's hard to measure, but I mean, in the end, I had like, I don't know. Does it matter? I don't know.
Well, for these guys, it matters. They go like, yeah, if you're poor, that's why you came over, because you had no money and you want lentils. That's really how they look at it.
No, I had really easy life with the money. Money was never a problem. I also had quite a rich parents.
McDonald's manager is 40K a year. Were you more than a McDonald's manager or less than a McDonald's manager?
Yeah.
He was more than a McDonald's manager. Long-time viewer. You happy now? You happy now? Most of the people that come to the compound realize that purpose as we humans see it doesn't exist and weren't able to persuade themselves to chase imaginary meaning that other people were able to persuade themselves about, and realize that life has only meaning as to move forward. So for humans, their meaning to move forward is to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even agree with that myself. I really think that just, you know, just like an apple falls from the tree and water flows from the mountain and a dog is a dog. We have a.
Yeah, it's not even about humanity, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just doing the right thing.
Just, yeah, completely intertwined with what we are. Yeah. Are you racist? Were you racist at some point in your life?
No, never.
Yo, man.
You want me to join? Or
You can come and join. You can grill our
Shall I join?
yeah, interrogation. Yeah.
But I've not been following, so I don't know which questions have already been asked.
No, you can just well, we've gone to the point where we just read shitty questions in the chat.
Okay,
So
okay.
you can't do worse.
All right. Are you racist? What?
Well, we got a Sherlock Holmes here. It says, wait, Atin said he made 100K in revenue, had 4 employees, and made more than 40K a year himself. Match doesn't know that. Doesn't
Oh
add up.
shit!
You got
Yeah,
you got
well,
exposed.
I was wrong about that. Okay. I don't have the
Self.
numbers in my brain.
Now people know why we are doing this on Discord. They know that because if we did it on stream, people would see it's just Fabio sitting here
With a voice change.
pretending to be this different character.
Yeah, man, it really works really well.
We ran out of interviews. We thought if we do it on Discord, nobody will.
Well,
figure
next
it out.
time we'll pretend Bill Gates applied and came over. These fuckers just eat everything at this point. He was running his own cult. His employees were also voluntary.
Yeah,
Damn.
but that's kind of right. One had really a low salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he only worked like part-time.
Man, it takes one to know one, guys. I have to say, by the way, something about him. He is, I already told him, he is the biggest purpose donator of anyone.
Holy shit, that's true.
He has donated the most purpose back from anyone that has gotten purpose. He gave 51% back, I think, and he has, I don't know, fucking purpose. You had 40K or something.
Damn.
I think a bit less.
A little bit less. You had quite a lot though.
Yeah, about 20 or so.
And you donated more than 10K.
Yeah.
Man. Feels good or feels bad?
Feels good.
Do you think purpose will go up?
Yeah, I think so.
Now that you see this place? Do you-
Yeah, I mean, everybody is just working all the time, so if the game will not blow up, then something else will.
So, what I also want to say, do you think they should apply?
Yeah, I mean, you should, but also use your brain.
That tweet is legit, by the way, guys. The one of Trump, I mean.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
legit, guys.
Do you think
Well-
it's a big opportunity to come over here?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for me, it was not really like I hadn't really to push myself that much to apply in the end. It was more I thought about it, or I thought about lots of the stuff that Athene was talking about in the real talks, and through the realizations of stuff in the real talk, I was like that was like pushing me to apply.
Is there anything you dislike about this place? Do you like the architecture?
Yeah, it's quite a nice place. No, I don't really care about the architecture in here.
Do you know how much we paid for this entire place?
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
Yeah,
As an
as an
architect?
architect, yeah.
it's pretty low price. Yeah, well, crazily low.
Yeah. In Belgium, a place like this would cost us at least $4 million, at least.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to hear from an architect because, I mean, he could have just as well said, yo, I'm an architect. You guys got fucked. This is going to collapse in, a year or something.
No, I checked it.
Do you think your job as an architect would change drastically in the coming years with upcoming AI?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think architectures are one of the people that are going to get jobless because of
Yeah.
machine learning.
I mean, there are programs that plan like the building plan for you to organize all the stuff, and they are way better than humans. And also there are like 3D printers who build the building, so also the construction workers will run out of jobs.
But man, you went to university. You're going to keep your job. You went to university. Isn't that how it works? For the rest of your life, and then you get your pension.
Yeah.
Are people in the industry afraid, or are they just closing their eyes about the
Yeah,
development?
they just close their eyes.
Yeah? They're
Yeah.
just in denial. But they will lose their jobs, though.
Yeah, they don't believe it.
You see, you don't believe in what happens. You don't believe you're going to lose your job, and it doesn't happen. So what happens when you actually then? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were just really ahead of your time, going
Yeah.
to the head of the
Yeah, it's the start of the revolution.
Do you believe in universal basic income, Dubi, that we will be able to pull it off?
Yeah, I guess so. I hope so.
I work in accounting and even I won't lose my job. Most jobs just change, more meaningful ones come around.
I don't think so.
Kadenka, sometimes Kadenka is that thingy. What creature is it in that comic? That's like, this is fine with the flames all around it.
But you know what I find fascinating about Kadenka? Kadenka is always the biggest FUD guy. And
Yeah,
scarcity
and,
guy.
and with this,
And
he's
now
like,
it's like, no, it's all gonna be fine. It's all gonna be fine. It's gonna be fun. Fuck's sake. I'm not gonna lose my job. Just change my job. How do you vote for the referendum in Switzerland for minimum wage?
I voted pro.
Not enough did that.
No.
So yeah, I don't know what to say. Dries, you have any questions?
I don't know. Like, I don't have so much to say. Like, I think he's been doing a good job answering questions in a focused manner while people spam photos of you being a supermodel. I think that's commendable. That he didn't get distracted too much by the very slick photos of the team.
How do you think you can still improve yourself?
By living.
That's pretty deep, man. Damn.
I think that's a really good way of ending this,
beautiful.
ending the Discord after party. Okay, you guys got your interview. Apply already. One spot left. Yeah, guys, and that's all, guys. Don't miss out. And peace out.
There you guys.
Bye-bye.
Laters.